Hi there, Greenwin residents. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Sari, and I am here to take you through a yoga flow. For today's class, I thought that we would do a class that invites more ease into our life. We have all been doing a lot of very hard things lately, and there needs to be this opportunity for our bodies and our minds and our hearts to feel this ease. So perhaps everything that we're going to do today may not be easy, but we will invite the ease in. So when we are doing what perhaps feels challenging for us, that energy of ease, that intention of ease is what we can invite in. So whatever props that you have at home that can support your practice would be really helpful. So I have a blanket here. You can use a blanket from your couch, from your bed, or a towel. I'm going to start there. I've also brought along a trusty strap. You can use a sock. You can use a bathrobe tie, a suit tie, anything that will help you to grab a foot, which we're going to do later today. And then I have these yoga blocks. If maybe you ask Santa for some yoga blocks, they're pretty cheap and cheerful. You can get them for, $5 or $10 on Amazon, or Half Moon. I really love this brand, Half Moon. I'm sure they're all going to have great Boxing Day sales. So maybe Santa or Hanukkah Harry will bring you some blocks, some yoga props, especially if you're committed to a practice. It's nice to have those things. You can also use toys, whatever you have around the house, stools to support your practice. So you don't have to get fancy with yoga props, but they're nice to have. So I always start each class with a short meditation. And since our class is all about finding some ease in our body, let's begin with finding some ease in our heart and ease in our mind. And I'm going to walk you through this meditation. It will be short, but it will be hopefully sweet. So just find a comfortable position. You can do this from a chair if you'd like. If you have any mobility issues, you can do this from your couch and join in the movements that perhaps look accessible for your upper body. You can rest your hands in your lap and just take a few moments to ground yourself here. So to begin to feel ease within, let's start to feel some support. And right now in this moment, the earth is supporting us. So feel that. Allow your seat just to drop down. And then with your eyes closed, just feel the space around your body. And even when you open your eyes and your space may not be that big, but we can create that feeling of spaciousness within. And we all need a little bit of space in our minds. So breathe into that. And then really fluidly start to draw a breath into the body. And then exhale, really easy, let it go. A few more times like that. If you want to connect with your breath a little bit more, you can place your hands on your belly or you can place a palm on the chest so you can actually feel yourself breathing. Know when you're holding the breath, allow yourself to let it go. It starts to create some ease right here. Be really easy and fluid with the breath. So even as thoughts come in your mind right now, and continue to breathe as a side note, but even as thoughts come in your mind, let that be easy. So if you are thinking about, last minute gifts or, something stressful, just let the thought come in, but also you can let it drift out. And it doesn't mean that we're not going to think about it, but we can choose to be here and feel some ease right now. One more breath. Release the hands and open up the eyes. Let's switch out the feet. Yeah, so just bringing some evenness and some balance to the body. We'll bring our left hand down and we're going to bring our right arm all the way up and we're just going to stretch through the side of the body. So notice when you are in these postures that are perhaps a little challenging for you in whatever way. So maybe your body is very tight. You feel like the Tin Man. Notice if you kind of hold your breath, right? Or hurl your body into something. Find some ease with it. Let's do the other side. So right hand down, left arm up. Again, find a little bit of ease. Think softness. Right? It doesn't mean that you don't feel it. It doesn't mean that there might not be some strong sensation from these stretches. But meet the sensations with your breath and find a little bit more ease. Relax here within your body. One more breath. Good. Coming all the way up. Let's take an easy twist. So right hand to the left knee, left hand behind the back. Take your gaze over your left shoulder. And what I want you to do here, instead of just hanging out, breathe ease into the body. And with every exhale, as you twist, you may go a little bit deeper. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the body's moving any deeper. But maybe you're more connected to this moment. One more breath. Let's go to the other side. Left hand to the right knee, right hand behind the back. So we're going for a full body awareness and stretch today. And creating ease. So all those places that we carry the weight of the world in, and try to release some of that. And then come all the way back. And let's meet over on hands and knees. So if you have any knee issues or your knees are naturally a little sensitive, totally normal, you can bring your knees onto a blanket. Try to get them on an even surface, not like my bumpy blanket. Or if just maybe one of your knees is a little sensitive, you can take that knee, fold over the side of the mat, and just give it a little bit more support. It definitely helps. So let's find some movement in our spine. So you're going to let your belly sink as you draw your shoulders away from the ears. And then round through your back. A few more times like that. Send your chest forward. And then exhale, round through the back. One more. And then exhale, round through the back. Good. From here, let's just slide our right foot way back. So I'm just curling my right toes under and pushing out through my right heel, just stretching the back of my right leg. You probably feel some strong sensation behind the back of that right knee. So breathe there for me. That's it. Keep pressing through the palms. Let's take another breath in. And release. Bring your right knee in. And then sit back on the heels. If it's too much to sit back, you can just kind of stand up here on the knees for a moment. Just going to shake out the hands a little bit. That's it. And maybe interlace your fingers behind your back and open up through the chest. You can do this standing here on the shins as well. Staying here as you lift your chest. One more breath. Beautiful. Okay, palms come forward again. So find this tabletop, and then let's stretch out through the left leg. So as you curl those left toes under, send the back of that left leg towards the ceiling. That's it. So the further back you reach through the heel, you might get into the calf muscle. The more forward you come, notice how the stretch travels up your leg, right? So you get to adjust where you feel the stretch and explore it, right? Play. Let's find another breath here. Another stretch. And then from here, drawing the knees in, we're going to come into a downward facing dog. And I know for many of us, downward dog feels everything but easy. And so we're going to keep a very, we're going to keep it an easy downward dog, meaning I want you to keep your knees bent the whole time and your feet out a little bit wider. So as you spread through the fingers, push through the fingertips, curl the toes under, and you're going to keep a bend in the knees. Take your feet out towards the outer edges of your mat and just melt the chest down. Let your head go. You can shake it out. We're not here for long. One more breath here. And then start to walk your feet all the way up to the hands. Your feet are hips distance apart. Little bend in the knees. You're going to interlace your fingers behind your back. Take a stretch. Let the head go. Just stretch through the shoulders. Good. And then as you release your arms, you're going to slowly start to roll all the way up. Big shoulder roll back. And then release your hands. From here, let's reach our arms all the way up. And you can bring your palms together. You can interlace your fingers here. Keep your feet together as much as you can. You're going to take a side body stretch to the left. So I'm pushing out through my right foot even more. You can go as deep as you like. You can even bring that hand down. But I want you to really find this kind of half moon shape with your body. Remember, our intention is just to remove all that surface tension and find a little bit of ease and lightness in our body. Good. And then coming all the way up, a few shoulder rolls back and a few shoulder rolls forward. And we're going to do the other side. I know I transitioned quite quickly, but we're just here for a short time together, so I try to pack in as much as I can, right? And the great thing is these are recorded, so you can go back and do them again. So let's take a side bend to the other side. Yeah, I want to get all parts of the body in to this flow. So we go into the holidays feeling more easeful, more fluid. It's a different kind of holiday. So staying open to just going with it. Inhale, you're just going to lift all the way up. Bring your hands down. And then from here, I want you to step your left foot all the way to the back of your mat. You can start with your feet turned in, just to get your bearings. And then turn your right toes back out to face the front of the mat. And then you're going to stretch your right knee towards that right foot. Now, if your right knee is moving past your right toes, that's a little hard on the knees. So then maybe take a wider stance. So we're going to come out to warrior two. Find your warrior two. Okay. And then you're going to inhale, straighten the right leg, arms go up. And then exhale, find a bend. Twice more. Inhale. And then slowly find that bend. Good. One more. And then exhale. We're just going to hold it here for a few breaths, but we're going to dance a little bit, right? Because, you know, the holidays, we do want to celebrate. So I love to celebrate with movement, as you can see. So we're going to reverse this warrior. So my left arm just very casually And with ease, just drops down my back leg. And then my right elbow just touches my right thigh. Left arm reaches up and over. So maybe this doesn't feel so easy, but it's an easy movement, right? So right arm reaches back, and then your right elbow touches right thigh. One more, and then I promise we'll come out of this. Good. Your legs are going to feel so good. Okay, come back to that warrior two. Straighten the right leg, heel toe, the feet together. Good job. Okay, before we do the other side, let's do a balancing pose. And because today is all about ease, we want to support ourselves. So maybe if balancing is a little tricky for you, have a wall. Even if it's not tricky for you, have a wall. Let's start on the left foot, and we're going to bring the sole of the right foot. You have a few options to either the inside of the left ankle, inside of your left calf muscle, or up into your left thigh. And then you're just going to bring the palms together. I know it feels like this foot would fit perfectly on the knee, but our knees don't like that kind of pressure. So bring the sole of the right foot to the inside of that left leg. Palms at the heart space, stay with me. Gaze is forward, breath is on. 3. 2 more breaths. You got it. And 1. Good. Shake it out. Shake it out. So if balancing feels everything but easy for you today, then when we do the other side, we go into the right foot. I want your left heel to just be supported here by the right leg. So this is your tree, and this is a beautiful tree. All right, if you want to challenge yourself a bit more, the foot goes up towards the inside of the calf muscle or inner thigh. And you have your wall right there. All right, we already decided. Right, we want to invite ease in. So we got to say yes to support when it's there. And inviting some ease, even when something is hard, right? We can invite that ease in to help us through it. Let's stay here for another breath. And left foot comes down. So that was our interlude, our balancing sequence before we do this warrior 2 sequence on the left side. So let's take our feet out again, right? And then spin those left toes out. And then exhale, bend your left knee. So how far do you bend your left knee? How far do you let that left thigh go down? So I always say you want your knee to be behind your ankle, right? So not here. That's too much work. And I already feel a little pressure in my knee. So it's like you're doing too much work. So go back a little bit, right? My left thigh is still working. My quad is on fire, but this is too much. I feel the pressure in my knee. So let's reach the arms out. Find your warrior 2. And you can keep sliding that right foot back till you find it. Good. And then we're going to inhale, left leg up, arms up. So a little bit of heat in the legs. Exhale. But invite ease. Inhale, smooth movements. Arms up. Exhale, lower the hands down halfway. Let's just do one more. Inhale, lift. Good. And then exhale, lower, warrior 2. Look through the left fingertips. Okay, let's dance a little. So right arm drops down really easy. Really easy. It should feel good. Right hand down that right leg, left arm reaches up and over. Left elbow just touches that left thigh, right arm reaches up and over. We just have 2 more, right? Just find the dance. Feel the freedom in the body. Feel that fluid movement. That's what we're going for. I'm just going to sneak one more in there. How about that? Okay. Yes. Okay, why not? Good. Arms out. Straighten your left leg. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Feet in. Awesome. Let's come down to our seat. And what I'd like you to do is sit on a blanket or a towel if you have one. And then you're going to bring your soles of the feet together. And what I want you to do is bring the feet forward. So instead of a triangle shape, I want you to find a diamond shape. So your legs are slightly forward, and then you can keep your toes pointing forward or flex your feet out. You're going to inhale, take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, your hands are going to slide down your legs. Elbows are going to mirror the knees. And you can go as far forward as your body will allow. Being up on the blanket will give your pelvis a little bit of a rotation, so you have more space in your low back. Letting your head go. Go as deep as you like here. If it feels like you want more ease, grab a prop, and then you can rest your forehead on your prop. So you're going to feel this in your IT bands, which is like a tendon that runs on the outsides of the leg. You're going to feel it in your outer hips, low back. Try to soften the shoulders. Remember, keep intending ease to help relax your body. One more breath here. Roll it all the way up. So as you can see, we're still working the body, right? We're still stretching, but we're doing it with this intention of ease and support. Good job. Okay. So from here, what I want you to do is come off the blanket and come onto your back. And actually, if you have that towel or blanket, you can even just lower it down so it's almost flat. And I want you to rest your head on it. So these next few poses feel a little more comfortable for your head, right? As our intention is ease. If you have a strap, please use it. You're going to start with your left leg bent. You're going to strap up that right foot because we're going for ease. So we want to open up the back of the hamstrings with a support system. In this case, it's going to be the strap extending your left leg straight out. And you're just going to use the strap to help draw your right foot towards you. Now, if you are white knuckling it here, then there's no ease about that, right? So just maybe bring the strap ends together and gently pull it towards you. Some of you might even reach the toes, but it's just about utilizing the strap. So I want your arms to be relaxed. Make sure that you have a bend in the elbows. A few breaths here. One more. Good. And I want to open up your right hip as well. So bend your left knee, and you can move the strap off to the left side of the mat and just cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And this may be a lot for you right here. And you can stay, or if you want, you can pick up your left foot, maybe thread your right arm through this little triangle you created and find a figure four position. This is too much. It doesn't feel easy. Then just release the foot down and just keep that ankle crossed right here. Now, if you want those hips to just feel grounded, if you want more stretch, as long as you're not pursing your lips together and holding your breath, then I'm all in for you going deeper. Okay, one more breath here. And then hug both knees into your chest, releasing the sole of your right foot down. we're going to strap up your left foot. So why I asked you to take a blanket or towel under your head is just to help keep that natural curve in your neck. Sometimes when we're on our backs and we're working our hamstrings and our hip flexors, what happens is our spine, can think about it like our lower back is kind of pulling on the spine, and maybe our chin is lifted, or we're tight in our shoulders because we're tight in our low back, because we're tight in our hips. It's all a chain. So with the blanket under our head, kind of evens out any misalignment, right? It just allows our head to perhaps rest back a little bit more naturally. You can straighten your right leg as well. As you pull your left toes towards you, you may grab the foot. But again, try not to reach those shoulders up so hard, so much. You want to keep those arms really relaxed here, reaching through those toes. Hamstrings are on. Let's take another breath. Good. And then as you release the strap, rebend that right leg if it went straight, crossing your left ankle over the right thigh. And this might be where you're living, right here. Or interlacing your fingers behind your right thigh. You can thread your left arm through that left leg. Want to go deeper, interlace your fingers in front of the right shin, but not at the expense of your neck, or if you feel a pulling in your shoulders. We're all about the integrity of staying with some ease today and threading that into our practice. And so we're almost there. One more breath. And release. Okay. So if you have that blanket underneath your head, you're just going to move that off to the side and grab any prop you have. If you have a block or a book, something with a harder surface, keeping your knees bent, you're going to lift your hips up and place that block underneath your hips, just at the base of your spine. If with your hips elevated now, if that feels good, you can add 2 blocks. But you don't have to, right? It's not about the height. It's about what feels good. And we're going to let the blocks completely support this back bend. So spin the hands up and take a few breaths right here. Just let your hips be really heavy on your support system, whatever that looks like, as long as it is a flat surface and even. Make sure that it's pretty sturdy as well. This feels good to you and you want to play, you can even start to send your legs forward if that feels good. If it's too much in your low back, that doesn't feel like you can do that with ease, then crawl those feet back in. Find a few deep breaths here. One more breath. Push through your feet and gently take away that support. Allow your hips to come down. Knock your knees side to side. And then hug those knees right into your chest. Give yourself the biggest hug. And then you're going to make your way into your resting pose. But again, we want to do this with ease and comfort. So you see if you can prop up your feet, or you can place a cushion under your knees. So with your feet elevated, your legs elevated, it allows your hips just to lengthen down on your mat. And I'm going to actually place a blanket over my hips. And this little weight of the blanket, again, just grounds my hips. that much more. And I'm going to release my arms down by my side. Soften right into this moment with ease, letting go of my breath. This part of the practice teaches us to release what doesn't serve us, that which we can't control. And we're usually trying to control everything, which brings us dis-ease. And so the more that we release that, and not that it's easy, the more we release that tension and stress from our lives, the more we can embrace ease. If you have a quiet home and you have the time, please stay and rest. But since our time is short, take a very deep breath here. And start to reach your arms up and over your head, awakening to a body and a mind and a heart that is feeling a little bit more ease. Bend the knees, soles of the feet down. If you have a blanket over you, remove it off to the side, roll onto one side, and gently pressing yourself up to sit. Just before we say goodbye, I want to remind you that in January, the programming will center around a restorative practice and really bringing in these elements of support and are allowing our bodies to be and feel supported in this winter month ahead. So I encourage you to find something that you can use as yoga props, any of these things. And so bring your palms together and thumbs to the heart space. And we'll close our eyes for just another moment. I want to thank you for inviting me into your home and showing up for you. And when you show up for yourself here, it's not just for you. It's for the people around you that feel the benefits of your practice as well. So thank you for your trust and your commitment to your practice, and wishing you a beautiful holiday. Happy New Year. Namaste.